Hi students, for today's math lesson we are going to be learning about the time. Now we learned about time in the middle of the year, but we're going to have a nice review on time today. Now how many hands do you guys see on the clock? So in the middle of the clock there's two hands, so there's a longer one and then there's a shorter one. And do you know what the shorter hand represents? The hours or the minutes? The shorter hand is the hours, and the long hand is the minutes. And then on the clock we have a total of 12 numbers, and it looks like this. It has 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ooh. Let me put 6 directly in the middle because it's usually directly below the 12. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah, maybe, let's move 5 down a little longer. Yeah, Miss Schultz is not good at drawing the clock. But yeah, you have a total of 12 numbers on the clock, and the shorter hand represents the hours, and the longer hand represents the minutes. Now, it's easier to read the hours than the minutes because we look directly where the shorthand's pointing to. Like for this example, it's pointing directly to the 3. And then for the minutes, it's trickier because we have to count by 5s. So remember for the 12, we represent 0. And then if you move to the 1, we have 5. And then to the 2 is 10. 3 is 15. 4 is 20. 25. 30. 35. 40. 45. 50. And 55. And then directly to 12, it starts at 0 and ends in 60 minutes because in every hour there's 60 minutes. But for our example, our shorthand's pointed to 3, and we count by 5s. We have 0, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. We have we counted by 5s 30 until we hit number 6. So for our example, it is 3:30. But before Miss Schultz shows you more clock examples, I wanted just to review by counting by 5s. And you can count with me. You can pause the video and write these down. I have no preference. Okay, so our first one is 0, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70, 75, 80, 85, 90, 95, and 100. And we'll just pause at 100 today. But you notice it's very fast counted by 5s compared to counting by 1s. But compared to 10s, 10 easily beats the cake. Okay, so that's our nice quick review on counting by 5s. And let's go to the Big Ideas website and review by counting or reading the clock. Start. Okay. So on our little review sheet, it has the time, and then it gives us some multiple choice questions. It says 7 o'clock. It says 7:30. So what it means by 7:30 on the clock, that the hour hand is in the middle of 2 numbers on the clock. So for example, for this, the red hand, the shorter hand, it's pointed to the 7. So we know it's going to be 7 o'clock. It's going to be this choice. But what it means by when it's 7:30, that means the 7 is between the 7 and the 8. Because if you notice, when the minutes hand goes all around, so for example, when the minute hand is at around 40 or to the 8 or to the 9, the hour hand moves closer to the next hour. So that's why it gets kind of confusing to read the hour hand when the minute hand is closer to the next hour, because the the hour hand moves slowly to the next hour. But that's why it has that half past. And then for this choice, it says half past 12. And it's trying to trick you on this example because it's trying to see if you get your hands confused. And we know the shorthand is the what? Is the hours. And the longhand is the minutes. But for this example, it is 7 o'clock. Okay, let's go to number 2. So number 2, it's going to do the same format. So it's asking us whether this example is 2 o'clock, 12 o'clock, and half past 2. And we see, if we look, we know the blue hand is the hour hand because it's longer. Or sorry, the minute hand. And then the short red hand is the hour hand. There we go. See, Miss Schultz gets sometimes confused about the clock. But yeah, this clock is very hard to see. I'm going to zoom in. But the blue hand is the minutes, and then the red hand is the hours. So it's given us choices. So if we look at our answer choice, half past 2, is the hour hand in the middle of 2 numbers? No, the hour hand is directly pointed to the 2. And then the next example is saying, is it 12 o'clock? Well, it would be 12 o'clock if the red hand, the short hour hand, was pointed to the 12, but the minute hand is pointing to the 12. So we know it's not 12 o'clock. Now, for 2 o'clock, it is 2 o'clock because the hour hand is pointing directly to the 2, and then we know that the minutes hand or the minutes start directly at 0 when it hits 12. So this same example, it is 2 o'clock. Okay. Now for this example, we notice the minute hand has changed from the 12 to the 6. And remember, when we count by your minutes, remember we start at 0 at 12, but then if we move on, so we have 5 minutes at 1, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. So we know it's going to be 30 minutes. And then we look at the hour hand. Now this is one of the examples I was talking about. 9 is in the middle between the hour hand is in the middle between 9 and 10. But since it's not directly on the 10, we know it's going to be 9:30 because it has to be on the next, directly on the next hour hand, and the blue hand has to go through all 12 of these numbers in order to hit 10 o'clock. Now, so our first choice is asking us if it's 6 o'clock. Well, it'll be 6 o'clock if the minute hand is on the 12 and then the hour hand is on the 6. And no, the hands are not on that example, so it's not 6. And then now it's asking us half past 9. And in this case, it is because we're directly half past an hour, and it's and the hour hand is between the 9 and the 10. So we know it's going to be this one. And we know it's not 9 o'clock because the minute hand is not on the 12. Okay. Now our next example. So we're looking at the hour hand, which is directly on the 8, and the minute hand is directly on the 12. So we know if we were to write the time down, we will know it will be 8 o'clock. Because it's not half past 8, the hour hand is not between the 8 and the 9, and it's not half past 12 because the hour hand is not on the 12. Okay, number 5. Now we're looking at this example. So the hour hand is between the 12 and the 1, and then the minute hand is on the 6. So if we look at the time, and you notice the hour hand is not on the 1 yet, so we know it's still going to be considered the 12th hour, and then the minutes hand is on the 6, so we know that's 30 minutes if we count by 5s, because 12 it's 0, and if we count 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, it's going to be 12:30. We know it's not 6 o'clock because the hour hand is not on the 6. Half past 12. It's going to be half past 12. It would be half past 6 if the hour hand was on the 6. Okay, and one more example. So for this example, we have the hour hand between the 1 and the 2, and then we have the minutes hand on the 6. So we know it's going to be 30 minutes, and since the hour hand is not on the 2 yet, it's going to be considered 1:30. So our choices are 1 o'clock, and is it 1 o'clock? No, if it's 1 o'clock, the hour hand will directly be on the 1, and then the minutes hand will directly be on the 12. And then is it 6 o'clock? No, the minutes hand is on the 6, but that means 30 minutes, not the 6th hour. And then half past 1. Yes, because it's 1:30 past 1. Okay, awesome. And let me know if you guys have any more questions about time. I'm more than happy to work with you guys one-on-one if you need help with additional help with the clock, but just let me know. And I'll catch you guys next time in math. Bye.